Hello and welcome to the Machona podcast. I hope you've had a great week and been keeping safe, bearing in mind the current situation. My week has been fine, except for a day. I think that was Thursday when I felt a bit ill with my migraines. Most people who have known me for years would know the kind of migraines that I have. Where your life just gets shut down and you sometimes even start to throw up. And so I could not bear to be at work because of the throwing up, and with people paranoid about the coronavirus and the like. If they start to see you throwing up and complaining of headaches, so that really it got me panicking, because all I wanted was to just get home, just be by myself, and whatever happens. Raised a few eyebrows at work, and a few words were said, but at the end of the day, I'm just glad that that episode is past and we can focus on to new things. So this week we are going to talk about relationships, like a comparison of generations, which is our generation, and also as compared to our parents. That would probably be around the 70s, somewhere there, 70s, and maybe for some even maybe early 80s. Somebody asked me to talk about it and see what I think. And these are, of course, romantic relationships and how they used to go on as compared to how we are doing it now. For starters, I think dating is a brand new thing to our culture. I don't think I've never come across anything that resembles dating, so it's definitely one of the differences that we have, because previously, like in the past, if they are following culture, it had a sequence of events. If you want to maybe end up marrying this girl, you had to have had a respectable approach, so to speak, to her family, because her family was the integral part in you actually being able to get the girl that you wanted. Now, this is what I wrote down, a few pointers. So, as I mentioned, dating is a new ball game altogether. Our parents, most of those who grew up in traditional homes, did not have dating, but instead, what they did was their parents were more in charge of who they were going to marry and which family they were going to marry into. And how this worked was because most of the people who were traditional, most of them, they would be probably working in the cities, and their parents or their extended families are still back in the villages. And so those families in the villages usually would offer to find a wife for you. And how they would do that is they would look at maybe the surrounding villages, and they would identify a girl that they think is respectful, a girl that they have seen or have people bearing witness that she is hardworking, a girl that they think is capable of looking after your home. And so once they have identified that girl, obviously they are going to tell you, oh, this is the girl that we have found. What do you think? And once you confirm your interest, then the family is going to now arrange sort of like a committee that is going to now make an approach to the girl's family. And their approach is to express interest that our household has seen something of interest in your home, and we would want to be given permission to get to know this person to see if they are really what we would be looking for. And so this is when I believe that they would go with what we call now utubale, or they would give that family a small token, of just appreciation, which is, I believe, the lobola, as they call it in Bemba. And once that family accepts, then now you have permission to court that girl. And the courting was where you are allowed to spend time with her, not alone, but in most cases they would, if you're going to spend a bit of time with her, you have to go to her house, and you have to, they have to see you, that you have come to get her. And if you're going outside of the yard, then they would send along maybe her younger sibling, or a nephew, or someone to accompany you, so that you don't get funny ideas. And so then where you're going now, you start to spend a bit of time with that person, and get to know them. And finally now you decide, all right, yeah, this is definitely whom I want to spend the rest of my life with. And yeah, now they get to now charge you, which is now the insalamu, I believe, or the dowry, as you would call it in English, I think. And once that is done, then now it is pretty much official. You are now the one that they have reserved that person for. So this is now where even the families now start to interact as well as in-laws, so to speak. And then this is basically making it official. And I believe in our day and age, that's what you would call now being engaged. So once that is done, then obviously now you start making preparations of getting the girl. Either you want to make a wedding, or you want to just have like they have nowadays the chilanga mulilos, which is for the Bembas, but everybody now just does it anyways. So there are a lot of, I think they have different names of those, what they call those ceremonies, where you have a get together of the two families and probably the whole village, and yeah, you make that ceremony and you now are officially wed. So that is what used to happen, I believe, in the villages, from what I've heard. And I have seen a few as well when I was younger. In the cities, I'm not really sure. I can't really say much on that. But what I'm definitely certain about is the approach was pretty much the same. You don't just go there yourself and say, "Oh, you be my girlfriend." No, it used to happen, but that would be against tradition. And if the parents found out, that was a huge issue back in the day. And so it all needed to go through the elders. The elders are the ones that come to, ask for permission on your behalf. And they are the ones who do all the negotiations. They are the ones who get confirmation of the engagement. So yeah, tradition was a central part, and I believe a lot of people, got married in the sense that they did not spend a lot of time with each other before they actually got married. And obviously, as you would expect, some of the the relationships have lasted for years and years and years. Obviously, some have not due to various reasons. But our core values were much more respected then. And if you were now in the given marriage, you sort of had the sense of representation of your family. You were representing your family, and so you really had to hang in there. Even if things were not going well, you really needed to hang in there, because divorces were considered, sort of like an embarrassment on the family. And so a lot of people stayed out maybe in not so good relationships because they feared that they were going to disappoint their families and the like. Now, compared to what we have nowadays, it's just a mess, really. Just everybody left, right, and center is DMing people, looking for girlfriends online, or looking for, girlfriends in the streets. It's just everywhere. And nowadays there's this trend now of, going to propose in public places. You set up cameras, you set up your crowd, and then you go and surprise your partner with a proposal for marriage. It's been working. A few unfortunate people have ended up on camera being rejected, and it's not a pretty sight when you were doing it whilst live. So and I have seen quite a number of elderly people, complaining about it or expressing their views, where they're asking, especially when these people on Facebook announce that they are engaged, do their parents know? Who has given them permission to engage each other? Yeah, because they are looking at it from the traditional point of view, where the family first of all has to for you to even start now courting that person. But then you just meet in the streets or in the restaurant, and you've exchanged rings and you're already engaged. Now, who has given you the permission? Who has tradition been followed? And so that's where the trick is. But I've also been asking the same question. Actually, I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, okay, so this girl is being proposed to live on Facebook or whatever social media platform. Do the parents know, or when do the parents actually get involved? Is it after you have already said yes that now you come to involve the parents? And if they are now coming to negotiate, the bride prices and the like, from what standpoint are they negotiating from? Are they saying we have seen, or are they saying we have already been accepted to marry your daughter? Now all we are asking for is your permission. Or are they going there saying we are asking for permission to marry your daughter or to engage your daughter? So it's I don't know, it's interesting. And the other thing is dating. We are now dating, and dating nowadays starts from pretty much as early as 12. We find maybe primary school kids already have boyfriends and girlfriends. High school, especially high school, they are already professionals in dating, and everybody's just all over the place. Now with this is there's not much that is left which people can look forward to or can ask permission for, because you go and you're already dating someone. You've been dating maybe 5 years already, and then you decide, okay, I want to spend the rest of my life with you. And then you go to the parents. What are you asking permission for exactly? Is it you just saying, okay, now please make it legal for me to be seen around with your daughter? Or are you really now asking permission after years so that you can get to know their daughter. So it's I think it's basically thrown tradition out of the window, and what we have now is just the Western kind, where you are free to choose who you want. You're free to choose who you want to be with, and it is encouraged that you date as many people as you can, so that you are well aware of the different personalities that people have, and how to deal with them, or how to relate with those kind of personalities. So it's it's just one of those things as well, where now if you are dating someone, when do you bring them to your family? Because if you're going to date more than 3 people and you have introduced all of them to your family whilst you are dating them, that doesn't really paint a good picture. It doesn't really paint a good picture. But so you end up just keeping everything away from your family, and it all comes out maybe when there's a pregnancy, or you've caught something that you are not supposed to, because everything done in secret, obviously. There's a lot that goes on in there. I don't want to get into that route. So those are the main differences that I can think about, whereas in now we have a lot more choice on who we date, what kind of people we are looking for, and how long we are going to date, as compared to back in the day when they pretty much had to ask permission first. And when you have asked permission, they are expecting you to be seen only with that one girl. And pretty much the whole village would know that you are now courting this one. So there's no room for you to, have, side chicks, because the whole village already knows that you are after X, and you now start going to hit on Y. So it will be a bit strange, because in the village setups, information used to flow very quickly. Somebody would see you just across the road, because it was not common that a guy and a girl would be seen together, like walking, or strolling and the like, because they would be, it was seen as not being respectable for a young lady to be seen with hanging around guys, and in the same manner for a guy hanging around girls too much, that was a bit frowned upon as well. And so but with the coming of dating, I mean, it's it's everybody, it's just free for all, like you do what you want. I don't know about the pros and cons for either situation, but what I know is now we have more choice, and because we have more choice, we therefore also have more power to divorce if things don't really go our way, because you're thinking to yourself, I got myself into this situation, so I'm the one who needs to take myself out in the same way. And as the statistics of, was it last year, 2019, were showing that in Zambia, I think there were over 20,000 recorded divorces. Now, those are just the official ones, but there are some, like where maybe they did not go through the courts of law to register their marriage, and so it was just done probably through the elders, and they decide we can't do it anymore, and so they go their separate ways. But 20,000, those are the official recorded ones. Now you can imagine that number. So it's like we have it easy to find love and to also discard it in a way, because we are very pro-choice nowadays, and as compared to our parents who were bound by a tradition. So this is this is just what I could talk about from the top of my head. I don't know if there's anything that I have missed or an angle that I forgot to touch on. You can be able to let me know in the comments. So this has been Machona, and once again, you can catch me on my Facebook page, which is called Machona. You can leave comments there. You can leave your suggestions or grievances if you have any. And also my website, as I mentioned last week, is back up, and that is www.machona.com. So you can hop on there as well and just see. It's not commercial, so it's just pretty much me putting whatever I feel like I should put there. And the other platform that you can find me on is my podcast feed from Buzzsprout. You can leave comments on there as well, or you can even share the links from there if you want other people to have a listen to what I'm talking about. And so until next week, I'll keep saying, please be safe, keep clean, remember to wash your hands, and also keep that social distance. When you're talking to someone, at least 1.5 meters has been advised, so that you are safe from this whole coronavirus that's devastated the world. So keep safe, keep your family safe, and we'll see you on the next side. And also let me know what other topics that you'd want us to talk about. But all in all, enjoy your week, and God bless. But don't let no one